Guess who just realised that this entire time they've been saying May instead of June. So every time I say May for the next 8 videos, please make sure that you're aware it is June and not May's challenge. So it is June's style swap. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Emma and this is video 3 of my Drawing with Jazza's monthly challenge for May, the style swap. So as you may or may not know, every month Drawing with Jazza's channel does a monthly challenge, and this month's challenge is a style swap. So I've decided to draw 9 different panels for one art piece, and within those 9 panels I'm switching the art. So every panel is its own style, and then within those styles I've put characters from all of the other 9 styles. It'll make a little bit more sense once you start watching and once you see what I've actually done. It's kind of hard to explain, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, it'll make more sense as we go along. So let's do it. So we're going to reveal my third box. So the first one was The Simpsons, second one was Invader Zim, the third one, dun 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 dun, is the Smurfs! Yay! I love this style, so I thought, why not? Let's put it in there. It's different to the other 2 character styles that I've done before. So yeah, so we've got Simpsons, Invader Zim, and the Smurfs. So yeah, let's get number 3 done.
Hello, this is the voiceover. So as you can see, again, I'm starting out with a really messy sketch, just getting everything the way that I want it to look, trying to get the proportions right and everything in the right spot. I have changed it a little bit, like I think I put the well in like a slightly different position, so maybe it's just like their neighbour's house. Anyway, I've tried to get all the colours correct and everything in the right sort of position and place the characters where I think I want them. Out of this entire picture, I think I love the little mushroom house the most. Like just the line work underneath the window when you see that once it's finalized, like that's probably my favorite part of this. So keep an eye out for that because I'm proud of that. And if you haven't already, please check out my giveaway that's currently on. I am going to be giving away a full-size print of all of these 9 panels together. So it'll be, I think it works out to be between 60 and 70 centimeters squared. So that's quite large, and you have a chance to win that. So make sure you head over to that video and check out how to enter. I will also put the details in the description below. So make sure that you check that out as well. Click the link. If you have any troubles, just comment below and I will try and help you. Back to the image, you can see that I was drawing on the wrong layer, which I tend to do a lot. I'm not too sure how to remind myself to draw on the correct layer. I often find myself wasting a lot of time going over things again and again because yeah, I've put it on in the wrong place or on the wrong layer. So I guess it just means that my line work is more on point because I've had to do it so many times. But so if you've got any tips on how to keep track of that, please let me know because I am extremely interested. So onto our fun facts about this artist. So the original Smurfs was created... Okay, I'm going to just read it straight off Wikipedia because that's really easy. So the Smurfs in French, le Schtroumpfs, in Dutch, de Smurfen, if I'm saying any of that wrong, I'm sorry, is a Belgian comic franchise centered on a fictional colony of small blue anthropomorphous creatures, I'm sure I said that wrong, who live in a mushroom-shaped house in the forest. The Smurfs was first created and introduced as a series of comic characters by the Belgian comic artist Peyo, pen name of Perry Coliford, in 1958. So that is the original Smurfs. A lot of you probably know more about the Smurfs film, depending on what generation you're from. So the Smurfs movie, which is definitely not the style that I'm using the original style, but just for fun facts, the film that was made in 2011 is an American 3D live-action computer animated comedy film loosely based on the comic book series. Yeah, that's like the most interesting part of that whole thing. But if you want to know any more information, please head over to Wikipedia and it will be all on there for you because I'm not reading any more out. So back to the picture, you can see that I'm doing the final colouring and blocking all of that in. I especially love the tree. I don't know what it is. I think the line work gives it a little bit of depth, which is nice, and like the background and whatnot. As I said in the last video, the background, it surprises me that they take so long. I know that in a lot of my art, I don't necessarily do backgrounds, but for this whole challenge, there's a background in every piece. And 90% of the work is actually done on the background. So I think I need to start liking backgrounds a little bit more and getting used to them and accepting that they take so long to do, because I'm going to be doing a lot of them in the future, especially if I want to start comic books. But yeah, just something I've noticed. So I actually spent a couple of nights working on this one. It did take a little bit longer than the last two, I think because there's so much more detail in it. Like the Simpsons one was just the lounge room, so of course there wasn't too much depth and detail in that. And then the second one was Invader Zim's house. So again, there wasn't a buttload of detail. It was more a little bit more shading than anything. Whereas this one's actually got a fair bit of detail in like the trees and the bushes, and like the house has a lot of detail, and then there's the fence and the brick road, and there's like a lot of elements. Not as much shading, or barely any shading. Most of the shading is done in the line work. But yeah. So you'll see in a moment that I start putting the characters in, and as I put the characters in, I'm really trying to make them interact with the background, which is something that I've never really done much before, because as I said, I don't really do backgrounds. But I think that I've done a good enough job. Like you'll see one of the first characters is holding onto the well, and then the other character's about to tell her off. And then you've got another character up in the balcony just checking out what's going on, and one more character in the background. Obviously, when you see it, that last character is a dog. There's no hiding that. So I don't think I'm giving much away by saying that that character is a dog. But I don't know whether you've seen the Smurfs, but there's that, like I haven't seen much of it. So that evil guy, I don't know his name. The evil guy's cat is always like heaps bigger than the Smurfs. So what I've done is I've created the dog as though he is the cat from the series. So that's why he's so big. When you see it, it'll make a little bit more sense. So something that I've learnt from all of these challenges is my strengths and weaknesses, or at least some of them that I wasn't aware of. I have definitely learnt that I am stronger at drawing cartoons than realism, which I was already mostly aware of, but yeah, I find it a lot easier to draw in a cartoon style rather than a realistic style. It doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trying to draw realism, because that's definitely one of my goals, to be able to draw portraits one day. It's just going to take me a little while to get there because it doesn't come naturally to me. So you'll see with this character, I was trying to put the hair through the hat, and then I had this genius idea that I would put the hat on top of the hair. You know, like normal people would put their hat on top of their hair. But yeah, I was like, I think that turned out so well. And look at that hand. I don't do hands very well, but that hand is fantastic. I just want to like be able to do hands like that all the time. Look at it. It's so pretty. Look at the hand. So I definitely did use reference for all of these pieces. Of course, like because they're a different style, I used references to look at what that style originally looks like. And then I've just drawn that from looking at another image, and the same with the characters. So each character, I've obviously looked at their original style and then had a look at the characters from the style that I'm trying to draw them in, and then gone ahead and tried to convert them into the style that I'm drawing. And I think I did pretty well with converting most of them. There are a couple that are a little bit hard to figure out, and especially if you haven't, they're not like I know that Jazza's challenge was to use extremely well-known, well-known styles, but what I know as well-known may be different to your well-known, like you know different things than I do. But I'm pretty sure that every style that I've chosen, most people, like the majority of people, will be able to figure out what they're from. There might be maybe one or two that you haven't seen before. So I think what helped me too with converting the different characters into this style, or any of the styles that I've done, is drawing somebody similar in the original style, because they're already in that style, and then like kind of using that as the sketch layer and using that pose or that general look, and then changing that into what I want it to look like. So for example, with this dog that you can see I'm drawing now, I simply drew the cat because that was the original character, and then I've lightened, like I've put that sketch layer down to like 20% transparency so you can just see the very, very outline, and then I've drawn a dog over the top, so it's like the similar shape and size but obviously a new character. And I found that that really helped me a lot with this challenge because it made it, you know, a lot easier.
What do you think? Was it good? Was number 3 good? Was it as good as number 1 and 2, or was it better? Can you tell any more of the characters, what the style's going to be for the next few panels? Have you got any ideas? Please let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in video number 4. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.